Welcome back to another PFF Prospect Profile. Today we're going to talk about Virginia Tech linebacker Tremaine Edmunds, someone who people are as high on as top 5, top 10 sort of talent in this draft. We're a little lower on him, though, than the general populace, I'd say. Sam, why do you think that is?
Yeah, Tremaine Edmunds is a guy who I think people are starting to lose their minds on a little bit. He is an incredible prospect. He's 6'5", 250 plus pounds, really long arms, incredible wingspan. And the key here is he's just 19 years old. And that, for a lot of people, has them imagining the potential, the player that he could be if he realizes all of this potential over the next couple of years. The problem is, we're guys that deal in certainties a little bit more, and the play on the field isn't quite there yet, and we don't know if he's ever going to realize that potential. So we're going to tap the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing with it's like, this is how you would build a linebacker if you could, physically. All the traits are there physically, but there's so much more that goes into a linebacker position than just being big, fast, and strong. There's instinctual plays that need to be made as a linebacker. Even in coverage, it's not just simply about how fast you can get to a ball carrier. A lot of it is the breaks that you take. You can make up that sort of ground that Edmunds can make athletically. You can make that up by just having better instincts and better feel for the position. I do worry because in 2 years at Virginia Tech, he's only touched the football 4 times in the passing game. You would think a guy, in terms of pass breakups plus interceptions, you would think a guy that freaky of an athlete would just be more impactful in the passing game, and he really hasn't been to this point.
Yeah, it's true. I think the things that stand in his stead are his grade has gone up every single year. You know, his playing time has increased at Virginia Tech, but so have the grades. If you look at his 4-year grades here in the PFF draft guide, which you guys can grab yourself, all part of PFF Edge and Elite, every single season they've gone up. We've seen a guy that's been improving, and I think that does suggest that he is still in that developmental arc. He still can get better and improve. The question is, how much better is he going to get? Because guys like Roquan Smith in particular out of Georgia, our #1 linebacker, and even Leighton Vander Esch, who we have ahead of Tremaine Edmunds. A lot of people don't, but those two guys right now are significantly better players, and actually both those guys have less playing time than Tremaine Edmunds in terms of snaps on the field in college.
That is the interesting thing. He has already had this sort of developmental career. Even though he is so young, he's played a lot of snaps at the college level to where you would just want him to be a little better. His performance on the field to be a little more polished at this point. The best plays he makes are him chasing down quarterbacks outside the box. Those are the most impressive plays he makes. They're not coming in coverage with him breaking on passes. They're not him blowing up, guards and tackles in the running game. It's him just, using that natural athleticism to chase guys down, which is nice, which looks great. But that's not really where the NFL game is always played, so that is also worrisome.
And even just in terms of how teams are going to use him, I think people, again, are getting carried away with this idea of what he can become because of the body type. So because he's 6'5", 250 pounds long, some people are saying this guy can be an impactful edge rusher at the next level. But again, he's never done that. This is a guy that's played 1,800 plus snaps in college, 82 of which have been rushing off the edge as a traditional edge rusher. That's about the same amount as Rashaan Evans, the inside linebacker out of Alabama, did this year. And this is a year he wasn't playing edge rusher. He has played extensively at edge rusher in his college career before moving inside. So that's the guy that has a real history of being an impactful edge rusher. But people are saying Edmunds can potentially do that at the next level just because he has that body type.
Yeah, Edmunds will be a great case study for just pure physical traits versus on-field production at the college level because he has all the physical traits, on-field production, not necessarily there. I can get why you'd fall in love and draft him highly, but us here at PFF, we wouldn't do it. So there you have it. There's Tremaine Edmunds, linebacker from Virginia Tech.